Hello, this is the first video on the sequence Western Trails, which will deal with John Ford, the John Ford Point, and the extract of Stagecoach. Let's start with John Ford. But before speaking about John, we need to specify that there were other famous American people whose last name was also Ford, like Henry Ford, the industrialist, founder of the Ford Motor Company, and inventor of mass production thanks to assembly lines. There was also Gerald Ford, who became the 38th President of the United States in 1974, when he replaced Richard Nixon, who was forced to resign from office. John Ford was neither a businessman nor a politician, but a filmmaker who directed no fewer than 142 movies in his career, for which he received 6 Academy Awards. Many of these films were westerns. Among his most famous westerns, we can mention Stagecoach, directed in 1939, The Searchers, which was released in 1956, and The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, released in 1962. The actor John Wayne starred in these 3 films, and he appeared in 20 of the films made by John Ford. To finish, we can also mention The Grapes of Wrath, a film released in 1940 and based on the famous novel by yet another John Steinbeck. Now let's focus on Monument Valley, which is located, as you can see on the map, between Utah and Arizona, actually right on the border between both states. This is probably the most famous view of Monument Valley. This long shot shows the wide expanses of the American West. It is a wide, flat, desolate landscape with very little vegetation and incredible rock formations. The mesas, sort of broad mountains with flat tops, and the buttes, which seem to have grown up out of the red sandy desert. John Ford used this location as a setting for many of his westerns, and he often placed his video camera on the spur that you can see in the middle of this picture, where the cowboy and his horse are now standing. That's why we call this place the John Ford Point. Now let's see the extract from the film Stagecoach in 3 shots. The first shot is a medium shot showing Native Americans in their traditional outfits, heavily armed, so ready for war. They're standing in profile, even 3/4 to the camera. They embody the West, and they are looking towards the East, because this is where the enemy, the white man, comes from. One of the Indians is even pointing at this incoming danger. The music, as you can hear, is martial. The second shot is an extreme wide shot showing Monument Valley, with a stagecoach in the distance. The stagecoach was used by white people, and we understand that they are the enemies the Indians were watching. The music which is light-hearted, joyful, indicates that the passengers of the stagecoach are unaware of the danger awaiting them. The third and final shot comes after a pan movement of the camera to go back to the Indians. It is a wide shot on the Indians on the move. It is also a low angle shot to show how dangerous they are. Indeed, they are ready to attack, and the music is now epic and martial. Through this picture of Monument Valley and this short extract from Stagecoach by John Ford, we have seen the beauty, the immensity of the West, but also its wilderness and dangerous nature, which are typical ingredients of Westerns. Thank you for listening. Bye.